Hello, everybody. All right, welcome back. Today we've got a couple stuff to talk about. I was expecting today to be a little bit of a low volatility day, but we just got some unexpected announcements, some unexpected news, which is a good thing, but for some reason the market took it the wrong way. It seems like it's just everything is a sell the news event. Everything is practically priced in, and I don't know, maybe it's just market manipulation at this point. I don't understand. We're just getting so much good news. There's just so much good news all the time, and we end up seeing these drawdowns, these little flash crashes kind of deal, I guess, to liquidate the long positions, people who are long right now. You'll notice that today Bitcoin, we were doing pretty well, reaching a high of 92,000 just today. I think this is today. No, it was yesterday. Well, 91,000 approximately is where we were at, staying above the 90,000 zone, which was crucial until an announcement happened literally an hour ago, or 2 hours ago, sure, causing a drop all the way down to 84,573. We're on our way back up right now. We're covering 88,000 currently, the price of Bitcoin. 24-hour change is down 3%. Ethereum is also down 4% to 2,176. Most other altcoins didn't get too impacted by this, but anything damages Bitcoin, you'll get some impact on the altcoins as well. I am still recovering from my sickness, but we're fine. We'll survive. What happened? Okay, so Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, it's official. It's happening. I'll have more details to talk about later on, but that's the main idea here, and a lot of expectation for what's going to happen tomorrow. I think I've explained it enough. We're getting non-farm payroll data, unemployment data. We're getting Fed Chair Powell's speech, and we're also getting that crypto summit, where we don't know what's going to get announced anymore at this point. People have rumors speculating that, well, the first thing was Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, which is confirmed by now. What about the rest? Crypto Strategic Reserve, where we're going to get Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano, and no, not Litecoin. No, that's all. Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano. That's it. That might get announced, which people are kind of opposing. They only want a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, which now it's official. Now we do have. But, what is the United States government going to do with that kind of deal? How are they going to accumulate more? That's also another issue. The capital gains tax, will that be announced? Are we getting a 0% capital gains tax, especially if you hold crypto for over a year? That's also still yet to be announced. We're expecting that tomorrow. A lot of big people are going to be there, so we'll see what happens. Clicking on to support currently, 88,000. No current trend for Bitcoin. I'll analyze some other coins before, Ethereum looks pretty good for shortage. Solana's at 140. I've been trading Solana today with my bot. You'll notice here in my position history. One trade just made some profit, which is good. I don't have a lot of money in here, 785. So yeah, not much is being done there, but it's still running nonetheless. Checking for trends, of course. It enters any trades once the 5-minute trend is also down. Price is being updated in real time, so that's good. It did exit this trade over here, and this is my current account balance. Yes, it is. Okay, so that's one of the main things I wanted to confirm, that this stuff does get updated. Okay. It says it made 23, but here it says I made 16. There's some discrepancies there I'm gonna have to look into. Matter of fact, I'm gonna screenshot this. Just bear with me. Alright. Yeah, I'll try to figure out exactly what the point of that is. Because maybe this isn't right. It's not doing it right. Or maybe, I don't know. I usually just, go AFK, leave my computer there. And, it's still running. And then sometimes my computer will, auto lock and go to sleep mode where it stops running. And the script also stops running, I assume, until I come back. Then it continues running. But sometimes, I don't know. I think I was lucky enough for the computer to still be running by the time it entered a short position right over here. And then, you know, taking its profit down there automatically by the time I was gone. I went to eat dinner or something. So, yeah. Yeah, not sure. Okay. Anyways, it's still running though, so there you go. I do have to note down the trade that was made here. There was two, I think. $6 and 5. Yeah, so that was this one. Next trade I made was this, opened at 143. This is all done by the bot, by the way. I had no human interference on this unless specified over here. Like I had to manually close some because they weren't doing the correct calculations. Currently it is showing them in a bit of a loss, $17 loss. I'm not risking too much either, like I said, but I think this should offset most of it. We're about to lose another $7, so I have to price this in first. So results of this one from the position was negative $7. And then in terms of fees, we are paying 3 cents in fees. Is it 35 or 3? 35. Okay, I'm blind. This one was just regular. A stop loss was triggered. No big deal. Next trade was also Solana today. This is the current trade that I'm talking about over here. It shorted at 143. With the drop that Bitcoin just had, Solana also dropped to 137. A little bit lower, actually. 135 is where it fully dropped. But it still made enough profit for me here, so that was decent. I'll accept this here. I got charged a funding fee for whatever reason. This position wasn't even open for longer than 2 hours. Okay, well, maybe. Well, it's not what I meant. Put minus negative, which... Oh, TP doesn't exist. TP triggered. Alright. Now we're down $8. Cool. That's a good thing of this strategy is that it runs a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio, right? And here I have like more information about my deposits, any money that's coming in, the strategy itself, how the other coins are performing. Maybe if I feel like using Forex or commodities, I could do that over here. That's probably for future plans if I am able to implement that. For now though, we'll leave it there. Start date detected it incorrectly. March 20, that's not correct. Oh, I have to change this, I guess. Oh, it says 2024 anyway. Alright, whatever. Can't I just make it equal to whatever this, yeah, that cell till the maximum of this whole column, C column, right? That's what this formula means. So this will get updated every day. It'll count how many days are in between, so the difference between these 2 days, of course, right? And then it gives me a calculation of every day how much money am I making or losing, right? I do expect this number to increase significantly, well, like percentage-wise, not value-wise, because I'm not going to make any money with only $793. I might make, what, $500 by the end of the year? I don't know. If I'm only risking like $7 per trade, keep that in mind, right? 7 times 3, $27 in a winning trade, and then you do that for 365 days. You get the point. I got to put at least like 10 grand in here so I could get something out of it, you know? Maybe I'm hoping at least doubling the money in a year. Making $10,000 in the year would be acceptable. But I have seen this strategy make me, in backtesting modes, up to $50,000 using only 10,000. With the same risk-reward ratio, same risk amounts of 1%, etc., it was able to make me $50,000, but running 24/7. I mean, that could be good, that could be bad. I'd rather have the strategy run while I'm at my computer, right? I just enable the console and let it run. So that could work out, or... I don't know, if I do want it to run 24/7, I'd have to pay for like some cloud subscription. like Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure or something like that. I don't know if I really want to do that. If I do notice that the strategy is like super good, then yeah, I'll probably think it's worth the price, right? Because I'm already paying enough fees over here. Right over here, I'm losing $1.57. And then based off of these, I'm down $6. That's not too bad. But yeah, I'm testing it out with small amounts for now. Let's see if we can make a grand with this. I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted. So that's that. We don't need it anymore. Currently no positions open. Makes sense. It's still checking for trades at the current moment. Probably going to have to pause it later, like when I'm done the stream, just to figure out what happened over here. Because my expected profit was $23. I only made $16. The math doesn't math here. Also, I'm noticing the position size is different. I'm expected to have 3.9 Solanas in this case. That's what the position size means. And here it says that I only purchased... Does it even tell me how much? I don't think it does. Is this my total open position? I don't understand these numbers. Or trade history, maybe it tells me here. Yeah, it tells me here. No, it doesn't tell me here. Never mind. Whatever, I'll figure out a way. I'll look into it later. That's not important for now. XRP is down 1%. Also a bit of volatility here. Stopping at this fib support level. And also moving average. 200 moving average. Currently no trend until we break out of that. Oh, it seems like this was unfortunate. Like this candle dropping all the way down here. I mean, kind of deserved. It did flip the super trend and the price is still below what it would have been anyways. It's been 2 hours now, so it makes sense. The super trend is now aiming at 265 for us to flip back up to an uptrend. So safe moves for XRP for now. Cardano's down 11%. It's being a little bit too volatile for my taste. I'm not used to Cardano being this volatile. But hey, I guess it's a good thing for now. Similar deal with XRP. Support bounce off 200 SMA and under the super trend. So similar price action there. Sui is... I drew this hoping that, you know, we would keep this uptrend. It seems like this current volatility has changed the course of what I was expecting a little bit. But I'm still hoping that we can break $3 with enough bullish news from tomorrow's crypto summit. Sui does have some good news today, which explains this little pump over here in the morning. I'll get into that in a moment as well. And lastly, let's have a look at Litecoins. Currently $100, down 4.77%. It's under 200 SMA and under the super trend. 200 SMA would make sense for it to be under, since in the recent time it has been showing some weakness. Before this month of March, you'll notice Litecoin was very strong. That was, like I said, due to ETF announcements. But still, we've heard nothing from Litecoin ETFs. We were expecting that to be approved pretty soon. But still, it's kind of been on hold for now. Litecoin is just being pushed aside. Not much talk of Litecoin for now. But it will come back, I'm pretty sure. When it does come back, it'll be back strong. It'll break that 140 resistance kind of yearly high and continue pushing further, because it has been worth $300 back in 2021, if you didn't know that. I think it was 2021. Can I check here? Does it even show me enough graphical history? It does. Yeah, indeed. Well, 294, 300, you get the point. This happened November 2021. I'm expecting us to absolutely break that this year as well, or at least tap that level once more before we initiate a bear market, if that is to be the case, although I doubt it. With all this bullish news, with such a bullish president, I think it's going to be fine for now. All right. Bitcoin currently taking a breather. 87,000. It's fine. Let's talk about World Liberty Financial and Ethereum and Donald Trump. So if you don't know, World Liberty Financial is the fund that Trump has. It's being tracked on Arkham. Shows all of the holdings that they have, right? It seems like they mainly accumulate Ethereum at this point, and also wrapped Bitcoin, not the actual Bitcoin, but they have wrapped Bitcoin for some reason, and a lot of stable coins. Over the past week, the company nearly doubled their Ethereum assets. That was big news. Here's a total graph of what they have, a composition of World Liberty Financial's crypto portfolio. 33% of it is in Ethereum, 18% in wrapped Bitcoin. They have some Chainlink, Aave. They have these other projects like Movement, Athena, Ondo. They have a lot of Tron for some reason, 12%. 16% in USDT, 1% USDC. Assets under management, 80 million. That's the total holdings for Trump's World Liberty Financial crypto portfolio. There you go. Not too bad. And there's rumors now. I think it's not rumors, it's official. World Liberty Financial has chosen to partner with Sui. Yeah, that's right, Sui, guys, as their preferred American blockchain. When did this come out? 9 a.m. today. And that explains the 9:10 a.m. pump that we saw for Sui this morning. 9:10. It literally tapped $3 today and then dropped back down to a low of 54 just recently. Did I say 54? 254. Yeah, 255 approximately. So that's good news, right? Sui being the American blockchain, like, wow, it's gonna kick Solana out of the water from here. World Liberty Financial has just added Sui to their treasury now, so on top of all those other assets, they will now start accumulating Sui, which is a very bullish news, right? It's fast, secure, and accessible, their network, right? So that's why they are choosing that blockchain. That's why the teams are in advanced talks for deeper integration of Sui across World Liberty Financial Institutions' ambitious centralized finance and decentralized finance initiatives. This is just the beginning. And this is also the official announcement from Sui. They're excited to announce partnership with Donald Trump's inspired pioneering DeFi protocol rooted in a shared vision for a more open and transparent financial world. I don't see it live anymore, but also Sui was talking about their gaming integration that will be going out soon. They were talking about a handheld that they were planning to release. That's some good news that is going to come out. So yeah, they're including Sui in their strategic token reserve, designed to bolster leading Web3 projects. World Liberty Financial and Sui have begun exploring product development opportunities. So overall, great news for Sui. We also have some news that Aptos is likely going to get an ETF as well. It seems like every crypto project is getting an ETF, although I haven't heard of a Sui ETF yet, though. And I'm surprised that Aptos is getting one. Aptos is like the knockoff version of Sui, I guess, which, of course, Sui is practically an imitator or trying to be better than Solana, a competitor, to say the least, right? Solana, of course, the competitor to Ethereum. That kind of deal, right? Bitwise, yeah, looks very likely as well. Chances for approval is what they're saying. Interesting. And this was the big rumor for today, is that Trump was expected to sign an executive order tomorrow to create a strategic U.S. Bitcoin reserve using seized Bitcoin and will buy more. So this news came pretty quick, like it actually happened. We didn't have to wait until tomorrow. It's official right now. David Sachs confirms that President Trump has just signed the executive order to establish the strategic crypto Bitcoin reserve, right? Like you can check on the trending. It's still trending right now. You see Donald Trump here signing that executive order, officially creating a Bitcoin strategic reserve. There you go. I want to see the signature. There he is. He holds it up for you guys. Now, he mentions a couple of stuff here, David Sachs. The reserve will be capitalized with Bitcoin owned by the federal government that was forfeited as part of criminal or civil asset forfeiture proceedings. This means it will cost no taxpayers. It will not cost taxpayers a dime. That's kind of a good thing, mainly a bad thing though. Because what people were expecting is, okay, create a Bitcoin strategic reserve and just buy Bitcoin, keep accumulating Bitcoin, and, United States will buy, what, 200 million? 200 million? No, 200,000 Bitcoin every year for 5 years. That was one of the plans that one of the representatives proposed at one point during Trump's campaign, right? If you guys remember that. So currently, the US government owns about 20,000, not 20, 200,000 Bitcoins. However, there has never been a complete audit. The EO, what does this mean? Executive Orders, USA. Entrepreneurs Organization, Executive Order. I guess it's Executive Order. Yeah, directs full accounting of the federal government's digital asset holdings. So they're going to confirm if they have the 200,000 Bitcoin, the same way they're going to confirm if they have, you know, the Fort Knox gold kind of deal, because Bitcoin is digital gold. The US will not sell any Bitcoin deposited into the reserve. That's a good thing. They're going to buy and hold. It will be kept as a store value. The reserve is like a digital Fort Knox for the cryptocurrency, often called digital gold. Wow, I literally just said that. I didn't even read ahead, I promise. Premature sales of Bitcoin have already cost U.S. taxpayers over $17 billion in lost value. Did you know that United States actually sold 50,000 Bitcoin back in 2015 or something like that? I'm guessing the year, but it was very early on. And now, like, that 50,000 Bitcoin is worth $17 billion that they just lost. So now they're not going to make that mistake again. You know who else did that, by the way? Germany, and they're probably regretting it now, too. Now, the federal government will have a strategy to maximize the value of its holdings. That's what we're hoping for, at least, right? Do I really want to read the rest of this? Promises made, promises kept. He's keeping his promises. He is going to make crypto, the United States, the crypto capital of the world. He wants to thank Donald Trump for his leadership, his support, understanding, his administration, working at tech speed. I also want to thank President's Working Group on Digital Asset Markets. All right. Yeah, so this is the deal right now. So Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, okay, it got announced. People should be happy, right? This is good news. This is great news. But we had this big sell-off over here. Why? Because people were upset at the fact that, oh, they're not going to buy any more Bitcoin, and it just became a big sell the news event, which made no sense, right? Bitcoin dropping $5,000 from 90,000 to 85,000, 84,000 in a matter of minutes on massively bullish news. Like, what is even going on with this market anymore? Of course, we shouldn't forget the efforts of Cynthia Loomis for practically bringing this idea forward, making it a reality, a possibility, and it actually happened, right? So, yeah. And she's still saying, you know, stay tuned for next week. Big things are still coming is usually what she would say. So, that's good. Yeah, big sell-off. People were upset from that, but that's it. Like, literally, there's no other reason to be bearish at this time. Like, it's all just great news. I don't understand this market, but whatever. It's their loss. It's time for us to accumulate instead. New York, they're also getting into some regulatory action here. They introduced a bill which would criminalize crypto fraud and rug pulls with an aim to protect investors. That's good. That's a step in the right direction, but what are they going to do to stop it? I don't know. You know what else is good? Texas. Their Bitcoin reserve bill that they moved to the Senate floor has passed the Texas Senate, which is a good thing. I don't know what the next step is, but it's practically almost their Texas Bitcoin reserve. They're also getting in on it. States will be getting in on this, right? So, yeah. Countries will start getting in on it too. And everybody will FOMO in and make the early people rich. That's the whole point. So, Crypto Summit tomorrow. We have a couple new names on here that weren't mentioned yesterday. I showed this list yesterday, but it seems like not everybody's names were on it. Like, for example, Chris, CEO of Crypto.com, is going to be there, right? We also have, Ripple CEO we knew. Former CFTC chairman and senior counsel at Wilkie Farr is going to be there. Nathan McCauley from Anchorage. I'd never heard of that. Gemini founders are going to be there. That's good. Robinhood CEO. Kraken CEO, I think we knew. Michael Saylor, we knew. Brian Armstrong from Coinbase, we knew. Chainlink co-founder is also being there. I don't know what Multicoin Capital is, but that managing partner is going to be there. World Liberty Financial co-founder is going to be there. Bullish on Sui. Exodus CEO from the wallet, JP Richardson, he's going to be there. I don't know what Paradigm co-founder is, but Matt Huang, yeah, he's going to be there. David Bailey from Bitcoin Magazine is going to be there. And hey, he got tagged in that video of Trump signing that Bitcoin strategic reserve. They tagged Bitcoin Magazine. I think it was Bitcoin Magazine on the Instagram post, at least is what it showed. FalconX CEO, I don't know what that is going to be there. And hey, even Polymarket CEO Shane Copeland is going to be there. That's pretty good. So big list of important people going to be there tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Trump also, he started giving some remarks later on, answering some questions while in the office. He said that he hasn't been looking at the stock market, especially like due to all this, the tariff stuff going on, right? Obviously, he is it is having an impact on the stock market. Stock market has been dropping like crazy. It's lost $1.15 trillion just today alone. And, you know, he's just saying, oh, it's fine. You don't got to worry about the stock market. No crying at the casino. And he's claiming that the globalists are behind the stock market sell-off, which could make sense, I guess. People that dislike Trump are purposely selling off on the markets or manipulating the prices, right? To kind of make it seem like, look how bad Trump is. He's making the stock market sell off. When they know in the long run, it's going to benefit the US market like crazy. All this tariff stuff that's going on. Or that no longer will go on. We don't know. It's on and off usually. Anyways, what's important is that, you know, global money supply, M2 money supply, it is increasing. Global liquidity is about to flood into the markets, and it will pump the bags as well. There's plenty of reasons to be bullish at this point. In the past 24 hours, we have extraordinary measures announced by two of the largest economies in the world. China said that they would issue up to $179 billion in ultra long-term special treasury bonds. And on top of that, another $69 billion worth of special treasury bonds will be issued to support the banks. That's good. More money injected into the economy. We saw what happened before with the Chinese economy. It made their stocks, their whole market, pump like crazy. Why? Because everybody just has more money. What are you going to do with more money? You're going to invest it or buy stuff, right? You're going to spend it. That's a big idea from it. Germany as well. They're considering reforms to their long-standing debt brake, which could enable up to $1 trillion or more spending on defense and infrastructure. It's a massive move from a country that has been previously incredibly averse to government debt. Hey, they could have probably not sold their bitcoins and probably would have been in a bit of a better position by now. But anyways, it will have a good impact on Bitcoin, right? More people will be able to purchase Bitcoin with that money that they will be receiving, stimulating the economy. So that's good. And of course, altcoins will follow through after that. People see the price of Bitcoin rise, and then they're like, okay, well, Bitcoin had its run. It's too expensive now. I still want to invest into crypto. What do I buy? I buy altcoins. And that's what's called the alt season, is when people start FOMOing into the rest of the altcoins, which is why it's good to accumulate them while they're still relatively cheap, right? Ethereum is still at 2021 levels at this point in a negative sense, right? Or even before that, like 2020 levels. I don't know. Ethereum, I saw a chart like Ethereum just being worth the same price multiple times throughout the year of 2,200. Like 2025, it's still worth 2,200. There's a comment saying that they're going to put Tether out of business soon, which was pretty funny. Stablecoin Tether. Because at this point, yeah, they're practically like a stablecoin. They haven't moved too much in price is the big joke. But obviously, we do know that Ethereum does have some value in the market, so it is important to hold it regardless. Next, I covered this news yesterday where I mentioned about an MSNBC host, Nicole Wallace, making some comments about the kid's name is DJ, the new kid that got not hired, but put into the Secret Service, appointed into the Secret Service by Donald Trump because, you know, he was being bullied apparently. This lady right over here had some inappropriate comments to make something like, oh, She hoped that DJ's the kid's name, wouldn't kill himself as she reacted to Trump's address to Congress. Trump says that what she said the other day about that young man is disgraceful. She should be forced to resign, and Rachel Maddow should be forced to resign. Wait, what? Okay, this is the same thing. Nobody watches her anyway, is what he says, which is also pretty funny. Yeah, protecting the kid, which is a good thing. Cool. Trump administration is also revoking temporary legal status for 240,000 Ukrainian refugees in the United States, as per Reuters. They've also He also commented on the people that are up in space. If you don't know what this is about, there was a Boeing spacecraft last year, right? Under Biden administration, I guess, who that got stuck because Boeing aircrafts are terrible. We know a lot about the whole rhetoric of Boeing aircrafts just being faulty, or I don't know, planes being repaired with this sketchy tape that people don't trust at all. And also the plane crashes that have been going on recently. Yeah, so pertaining to Boeing specifically, those astronauts are stuck in space at this moment. And the Biden administration, apparently, according to like Elon Musk, they decided to not send help, kind of like, I don't know, something for their campaign or something. Elon Musk mentioned this on the Joe Rogan podcast. I watched the whole episode. Where, yeah, that was being discussed, and Elon Musk admitted, like, yeah, like the Biden administration wouldn't let SpaceX or NASA like go send up another ship to save those people. They wanted to wait for whatever reason. I forgot what the reason was, but I'm pretty sure it was all political, right? Like, come on, people's lives are at stake, and you're just refusing to save them for political reasons. And also, why wouldn't you save them from before? I don't remember the exact reason right now, but yeah. Trump commented on this. He said that we have people up in space that Biden and Kamala left behind. Elon Musk is going to rescue the stranded astronauts. And he was also saying, should I join the mission and be part of the journey to save them? That's pretty funny. If Trump himself goes into his spaceship and saves you from being stuck in space, that'd be pretty funny. And it's confirmed. Like, these are the two astronauts that are there. Or three, is it three astronauts? Why do we have three here? Elon did offer to rescue them earlier, but Biden didn't accept it for political purposes, which is straight up evil. So yeah, that is indeed confirmed. So yeah, pretty scummy of them to do that. All right, get ready. It's time to talk about Canada and the tariffs. Of course, the issue that Canada has, it's come from before. This tariff thing is just very fresh, very new. I don't think it's having much of an impact as everything else has been having an impact, such as the income taxes being too high, groceries, hydro, gas, water, land tax, your property tax, your carbon taxes. Everything is just all tax. You're just overpaying practically here. And Trump being in office for 6 weeks is now the problem. It just doesn't make sense at all, right? Well, Canadian premiers are going a bit wild on this take here. First of all, let's start with British Columbia. The premier, David Eby, defends he wanted to target only Republican-led states in the province's liquor ban. So they're planning to ban liquor, right? American alcohol. But they're going to impose tariffs as well. Okay, something about the states that voted majority Republican during the election between Trump and Kamala Harris. Like, do we have that? Trump, Kamala election map 2024. I want to see images of this. Like this, the red states versus the blue states, right? This kind of deal. So all the states that are in red, he's kind of imposing those retaliatory tariffs on, or not buying American alcohol from those states only. They will buy from the blue states, though. Why? Because he's being liberal and democratic, I guess. Or being like a Democrat, I guess. Not democratic. So, yeah, well, you do you, I guess, if that makes you feel any better. And there was also talks about Alberta possibly becoming the 51st state, basically due to what Danielle Smith had said, where her stance was much more dovish, more peaceful in that sense, right? she, well, not her, but like there's a lot of members of and the parliament, right, for Alberta who are actually considering just leaving Canada and just joining the United States as the 51st state. So the 51st state will not be all of Canada, but just Alberta. They're trying to be separatist here and say, you know what, Canada has too much of its own problems. We want to be more like the United States. We're going to join them. Maybe that's the proper solution. And that's kind of the deal that I was thinking of first because, okay, realistically, if Canada was to be annexed into the United States, a 51st state, first of all, that's an odd number. And then it's going to be, that state is the second largest, like, landmass in the whole world. Shouldn't you divide it into, like, what the provinces and territories already are and make 13 more states to the United States? That would make it 63 states. Like, I think that would make more sense, but like making the state all this huge piece of landmass, because like Canada is the second largest country in the world. I don't think it's gonna make too much sense geographically, right? So, anyways, doing it like province by province, that would make more sense in my opinion. And Elon Musk apparently approves of this idea too, which is why, of course, this has people seething over his citizenship with Canada, right? Trying to revoke it. There was like 200,000 signatures on a petition to have Elon Musk forced to resign his citizenship as a Canadian for betraying the country, kind of a deal. I have more on that later. But Doug Ford seems to be the main the main person here that's trying to toughen up against all this stuff. He's announced all these kinds of policies and like kind of like no remorse for these Americans for imposing these tariffs with us. Like, you know, they'll regret that they ever thought of imposing tariffs, kind of deal. First of all, we already know that he is imposing a 25% tariff on the electricity that he supplies to the 1.5 million homes in New York, Minnesota, and Michigan, right? It's going to affect the businesses, the homes, etc. So he's going to impose that even, okay, it's going to happen on Monday, regardless if there is any more further delays from Donald Trump. So even if Trump calls off the tariffs, he's still going to impose this 25% tariff starting Monday. So he's like really going in on this, right? Of course, Trump says, you know what, Doug Ford, if you cut off the electricity, American tech hosting will cut off cloud services. It's just going to make things worse here. I don't know if he's actually going to follow through with this. That's a bit scary because I am in Ontario. And Doug Ford does represent Ontario, the province of Ontario. Hopefully he does change his mind. And I'll explain why later on. It would make sense for him to change his mind. Speaking about Elon Musk, though, going back to that topic, he's also saying that he's not going back to their deal with Elon Musk's Starlink. And he's just outright canceling Starlink in Ontario, even regardless if the tariffs are lifted. So he's like he's doubling down on this, right? Even like he's saying, I'm going to put 25% tariffs on the electricity that we're sending to the United States, the 3 states, 1.5 million homes and businesses. And we're also stopping Elon Musk's Starlink services because Elon Musk has betrayed Canada, is what he feels, right? By joining Donald Trump and also being in favor of these tariffs and the annexation and all that stuff, right? So even if they cancel the tariffs, whatever, it's going to be a permanent thing for now. We'll see about that. I do hope he changes his mind. Another thing that he mentioned is that he will also be removing the booze from the United States off the LCBO shelves, a liquor store. I think I've mentioned this yesterday. And go ahead with the energy export tax despite the 1-month pause on the tariffs. But this is like an issue from like, you know, companies like Jack Daniels. The maker says that LCBO pulling its booze off the shelves in response to Trump's trade war is worse than the tariff. It's literally taking Jack Daniels' sales away. Is that... I mean, like that's the whole point, I guess, of the tariffs. But it's like, okay, didn't they already pay for the products and then have them put on the shelves? Why not just sell them, make the profit, and then don't buy any more? That would make more sense, but not just remove what you already bought off of the shelves. It just didn't make sense. There's all these memes going around, like when Trump goes back and pardons the tariffs. He delays the tariffs again, I would suppose. The LCBO employees would have to restock the shelves with American booze again, which is just pretty funny. But yeah, Trudeau, of course, is taking advantage of all this situation. He admitted now that he is not stepping down as a prime minister anymore. Supposed to do that, I guess, on Sunday. I don't know. But he will stay on to negotiate with Donald Trump and to support Canadians. So, yeah, realistically, I don't think he ever had intentions of resigning. He just felt pressured at that time because Trump was really, really getting into him, right? So, yeah, there you go. He also started crying on live TV, which is just great. That's what we love to see from a leader. Donald Trump commented once again. He commented yesterday about, this similar deal where Trudeau is just trying to stay in power with and using these tariffs as an excuse to stay in power, right? And now he also commented on him running again for prime minister, saying that, believe it or not, despite the terrible job he's done for Canada, I think that Justin Trudeau is using the tariff problem, which he has largely caused, in order to run again for prime minister. So much fun to watch. Doubling down on that statement today. Yeah. Hey, you know what? We might get some good news, though. There's some insiders reporting that, there's a rumor, I guess, an election in Canada will be held on April 23rd. Rumor, once again. Liberals have already started renting campaign offices. So, hey, maybe it's election season. Finally, I do hope that it is, as they say here, April 23rd, if that is the case. I don't want to wait until October and stay with this problem, staying under this Liberal government. We just got to switch over to Pierre Poilievre, Conservative government, and watch Canada rise from the ashes. That'll be great. So, this is also bullish news. It's supposed to be bullish news, but regardless, I don't think the market really cares that much. President Trump, after speaking with Claudia Sheinbaum from Mexico, who is a very reasonable person and a much stronger leader than Trudeau, of course, she managed to convince Trump to delay the tariffs on all goods from both Mexico and Canada. Thank you, Mexico. That follow the USMCA agreement until April 2. I think this means United States, Mexico, Canada. I don't know. I might have a big brain. I might have a small brain. Cool. So, hey, tariffs, I guess, no longer an issue until April 2nd. But keep in mind that stuff that Doug Ford said. He said that even if the tariffs are delayed, he's still going to follow through with Monday cutting off that electricity and banning Starlink in Ontario. Because screw Elon Musk is what he says. I don't think that's wise. Because, of course, Trump said if he does cut that electricity, stopping the cloud services, American cloud services over here in Canada, that includes stuff like, Amazon, Microsoft, right? These are U.S. companies. For those to stop working here, yeah, I'm going to be in trouble. I won't be able to stream. I think Google's also included. Surely we have Google, some Canadian department. I don't know. Anyways. Gavin Newsom, California governor. Apparently he's running for president in 2028. Did you guys know he started a new podcast? He had Charlie Kirk on as his first guest. I watched some clips of it. I didn't get to watch a full episode. But the main issue that I guess that he brought up for him was that the men competing against women in sports, he admits that it is unfair. So it seems like he's trying to be like the mediator between, I guess the fully leftists and I guess center, right? Not necessarily right wing, or maybe it is right wing. I don't know. Is he going to be the center? It's odd. He's going to try and be moderate in 2028. He's pretending to break with the left wing. Maybe he's switching a bit more right. That could be the case. We never know. But I still wouldn't trust this guy because look at how California is in terms of wokeness. He's also very against Trump. Trump is also, I guess, kind of preparing for stuff like this for future elections. He's planning to make Election Day a national holiday and implementing single-day voting, paper ballots, and government-issued voter ID. to prevent any election frauds, I guess. Makes sense. We want fair elections in the future, unlike whatever happened in COVID. Yeah, that's for you to decide if the election was stolen. But it makes sense to do that. And that's all the news I have for today. Cool. How is Solana doing? Do we find any new trades? No, we did not. Trends are still going up, apparently. I guess, as long as we don't pass 145 and we find a downswing, it would be good. So yeah, anyways, that's all I have for now. I'm gonna check what even happened over here with this position history. It didn't make sense. But yeah, I'll look into that. I'm improving the bot day by day until eventually it is perfect and it'll generate money while I sleep. Alright, well, that's all for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, like I said, important day. Okay? Non-farm payroll data. Right there. Unemployment rate. Fed Chair Powell's speech. And Crypto Summit. Okay?